everyone, this is Blackbird 33 coming at you with something new. I'm currently in the Smithsonian Aerospace Museum in Washington, which is just under Dulles Airport. This is basically like the second version. Everyone's heard of the Air and Space Museum in DC, and they have also one in Virginia, which is right under Dulles Airport. In fact, you can do some plane spotting because the winds are perfect for this, and planes are coming in on the 3-6 runways. So I might film some plane spotting if I get bored or I'm done here. So yeah, basically this, you've probably seen it if you surf on Airliners Net a lot, and you look at pictures of Dulles Airport. You might see it here, like pictures of planes in here. You might have seen them before. They got quite a lot of selections here. I mean, they're famous for their space shuttle, which is over there, but we probably won't see that because I don't know about you, but I'm not the space shuttle type, and I doubt my demographic is either. We're more interested in the Boeing 707 they've got over there in the Concorde as well. But yeah, we'll still go over some of these planes that I have a bit of knowledge in. Once again, I'm not really that big on military jets and planes, but I still have a decent knowledge in them, and we'll go over some. So yeah, let's go over here and see what we've got over here. So yeah, I'll see you when we get all the way at the end over there. Right, so welcome to the end of the military section, I suppose. They've got jets and propellers and helicopters as well. Good old C-9, the ones that we currently use mostly, and we used them in Afghanistan, Iraq. Some people still use them today. Some military people, and the military still use them. And of course, you have the engines that I don't really care about because I don't know about you, but I'm not a real fan of mechanics and engineering and stuff. So yeah, they've also got some models over here if you want to take a look. Good old Wright Brothers stuff over here. All the medals and a lot of planes. DC-3, good old DC-3. Of course, the X-1. Oh, look at that Concorde, Portugal 707. So yeah, we'll see all these planes. They should have them except for the X-1. I don't think they have that. But yeah, we'll go over as much as possible. But first, you got this guy. Apparently, served in, I just read the board. I have no idea what plane this is. I believe it's the F-100. Served in mostly for the 60s. They served in South Vietnam and Cuban Missile Crisis and after Japan. Served that. You got this, the Helldiver, good old Helldiver, World War II era stuff. Served mostly in, this was like early 40s and late 30s. Well, U.S. entered the war in 1941, so technically it's the 40s. Mainly used them for the Pacific until the Mustang came out, which basically changed the idea of this forever. So yeah, you got this guy. I have no idea because the F-16s and F-14s and F-15s all look the same to me. So I'm trying to find the board, which tells me what plane this is. F-14 apparently. F-14, I know it's like huge, the F-14 compared to like the F-16 or something. But yeah, here's the F-14 for those of you military people. And of course you have the one made for the aircraft carriers, because you can see by the wings. You got that. Go ahead and read if you want to. I'm not going to go over this since I have no idea what this is. Oh, and of course you have to have this guy. I see this guy every single time because my regional airport, Michigan, we have these stationed outside the building. I believe it's a Lockheed Martin T-33 Shooting Star. It's a very nice plane. So yeah, apparently a hero who flew this plane is from my hometown, so that's why they put one outside my airport. And of course you have this guy. I've seen him a few times, but the name just escapes me all the time. But yeah, and on to the more famous stuff. So you got the good old Soviet MiG-2, MiG-3, what's this? I know it's a MiG. Used them all the time, the Soviets did. You can see the red star on the tail. Good old Russian Air Force symbol. The MiG-21 apparently. Nice looking plane apparently. It's very agile. It was very agile and could escape American pilots a lot, especially when they did some dogfighting up there. The MiGs usually were faster until the F-16 came out. and America dominated the skies once more. Got the F4, good old F4. I never liked the F4 though. Kind of looks ugly to me. They used these mainly during Vietnam until the F-16 came out. These guys would mainly go against each other, the MiG and the F4. And of course the MiG would win because this guy is a bit bulky, however, it has a lot of firepower. So, yeah. By the way, everything I'm saying, don't hold me on it. It might be true. If I know it's true, I know it's true. I'll tell you that I'm not 100% certain that it's true. Like, for example, I know that plane's an F-35, and I know it's a very controversial plane. This, for example, I have no idea what this plane is. I think it's, apparently it's an A6. Never heard of it before. I'd probably have seen it once. I mean, it looks kind of familiar, but yeah. Never heard of it before. So, well, never heard the word A6 compared to this plane. You got the F-35, good old F-35. So yeah, there's a big conversation going on today whether the F-35 should be the mainland airplane to replace the F-16. There's a big debate going on. A lot of politicians favor the F-16 over the F-35 or the other way around. I personally, I'm a bit like, you know, the diplomat who has to have the equivalent, who has to have it equal. So I was thinking that you could have both F-35 and F-16, but of course you can't have that. You got to have one plane to rule over them all. Currently it's the F-16 for us, but yeah, they might update it, so you never know. Anyway, moving on. Got the good old Blackbird that you've been staring at for a while now. Blackbird, a very big, supersonic, loud airplane. Seen it a few times in pictures. Of course, it's one of the faves on Flight Sim for just flying around having fun. This guy can go really fast. I don't think it was used as for service that much compared to the other planes that we see around here. I mean, most modern planes never entered service. Like that big giant one that is, oh, the name always escapes me. That is huge and the wings are huge, and apparently it's like a ghost plane. The radars can't pick it up. But yeah, apparently that only entered service during the Iraq War and the Gulf War. Didn't really do much. Now this guy, let's have a look. The F-105 apparently. I have no idea about that plane, so let's move on to the helicopters. You got these guys. No, it's a missile apparently. Guideline missile. Made in the Soviet Union. I wonder how we got hold of this stuff. I guess Russia gave it to us after the Soviet Union collapsed. I don't know. Maybe it's replica. I have no idea. Hey, you got another helicopter. Of course, we don't care about helicopters on this channel. I'm not saying that Tango knew. And of course, you got this one. The classic. You see it in every single Vietnam War film. You see it in every single Vietnam War documentary, every Vietnam War footage. That helicopter. The name always escapes me. I don't really care, to be honest. I know I just angered a bunch of Air Force pilots and Air Force fans, but yeah, I am pretty hard line. As I said earlier, I'm not really interested in aircraft. I'm more interested in the airline industry. So yeah, that's why I prefer to do the spotting outside rather than being here and doing all this stuff. But hey, I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to get interested in it. It's kind of working ever since I started Crash Course Aircraft. So yeah, I'm gonna move over to over there so we can talk about the cool planes over there. So yeah, just give me a second. Welcome to 1940, my people. So yeah, this, I guess, the section is devoted to World War II era aircraft that were used, both sides. I doubt we've got any German planes here. If we do, they probably took off all the swastikas on the tails because they are pretty afraid of offending people around here like that. But that airline museum that I visited in Portland, or the city south of Portland, I put some pictures up on FlightAware. I went there once, and they did have a few. They did have that one jet that the Nazis built, and with the swastika on it, and that kind of surprised me. But anyway, we're not here to talk about swastikas. We're here to talk about Air Force. So you got a few American planes right here. You got the bombs that they would used to use on the Japanese ships. This is a British plane. I used to think that used to mean French because it looks like the French flag, but it doesn't. That's the British RAF logo. This is American, as you can tell because of the American Air Force symbol that we used in World War II. You got a Japanese Zero over there. You can tell because of the rising sun or whatever. You've got, that was their main plane that they used in World War II. They used it a lot. I have no idea about this guy in the center. I believe it's German. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, we can go find out. Got some World War II clothing. Pause if you want to take a better look at that. Got some billboards right here. Pause, take a look at that if you want. Okay, no, this is, my apologies, this is an American plane right here, you can tell. The American Air Force logo. Weird looking plane though, I can't believe, are you sure? Anyway, moving on. So you got the classic Spitfire over there. The most commonly used British RAF plane during World War II. It's a pretty nice plane. They use these a lot, especially against the Germans. It was pretty good because it was very agile. However, the firepower wasn't that good, but it still held up on the Germans in the Battle of Britain. In case you can't tell yet, I am very knowledgeable in World War II, especially the aviation parts. However, I'm not 100% on the aviation sections. Like this one, I have no idea what plane this is. I haven't seen it before. I haven't seen it in any of the World War II documentaries I've watched. Lockheed P-38J, aka the Lightning. Or maybe I just said that wrong, I don't know. But yeah, here it is. You could see this is the wing of the good old, let's move around, get a nice look at it. You don't see any of those 707s and stuff. The good old Enola Gay. If you have no idea what the Enola Gay is, you probably don't know much about World War II, because this plane was very important. This is the plane that dropped the bomb on Hiroshima. It's a B-52, the Super Fortress. The atomic bomb will fit in there. They dropped it in Hiroshima. I have no idea whether it was the one that dropped on Nagasaki. I don't think so. But yeah, there you go. Fun fact for the day. Just gotta get around here. Excuse me. So you got here another U.S. Air Force. I'm surprised there's no Spitfires. Okay, here's the German section, and of course, not of course, but okay, there's a lot of swastikas I'm seeing, but yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'm not gonna censor those because I can't. Don't know how. I use iMovie. It's not the best. So yeah, you got another Japanese Zero. Got some more okay, so this is the Zero. I lied. The one over there is not a Zero. This is a Zero. Most commonly used Japanese plane. Because I got confused. I was like, is that the only Japanese plane they've got? Apparently not. This was the Cherry Tree. Oh wait, no, that was the Cherry Tree. Hold up. There you go. As they call it, the Cherry Tree. A translation. Basically, this is like, so if you don't know what kamikaze is, it's basically, they're Japanese suicide soldiers, basically. They would commit suicide in order to sink U.S. battleships or explode U.S. tanks. They'd throw themselves under a tank to explode it. They'd fly their planes into battleships to sink them. And they made this. Basically, you'd fit a powerful warhead in there at the front, and you put the pilot there. You drop this out of a big Japanese plane, and then he would try and fly it and the pilot would try and fly it into a battleship. And this didn't really come into play much. They flew like 2 or 3 of them. Then the war focused on mainland Japan rather than the Okinawa and Iwo Jima, and so yeah, the war advanced like that. Now, on to Germany. So, I'm not a very big expert on German planes. I'm just gonna say it here flat. Like this, I've never seen this plane before. Like really, that's amazing. Like you got a propeller, you got 2 tails. That's very interesting. Good old Japanese, good old German technology. So yeah, there you go. There's one. Here's another one. I haven't seen this plane either, but something similar to what I saw in that one museum in Portland. Here you've got another German plane. It's like the equivalent of the Zero for the Japanese. They use these a lot in the Luftwaffe. Like you look up Luftwaffe, you're gonna find this plane somewhere because this plane is very common. Good old World War II. I can tell you all about it though. I'm like very professional. I'm like very intelligent and all like the generals and stuff of the German Air Force. I wonder if they've got that plane that I saw in Portland. I don't think so, but yeah, they don't have it. Apparently they dismembered it or something because I don't see it. yeah, they had those gliders. They would parachute. They wouldn't parachute. They would fly generals in on these gliders. They would also use them to train Air Force pilots before they were actually in the Air Force. Because, in case you don't know, after World War I, Germany was basically stripped of an Air Force. Basically, what Hitler did was he hired someone to create like aviation clubs among Germany and fly them around, see the Alps in the south and the good old forests and stuff. However, they would be secretly training them how to fly for the Air Force when they would unveil it in the late 30s. Fun fact of the day again. So yeah, that's it for the World War II section. Now let's move on to the more exciting stuff. The Concorde and the 707 over there. So yeah, just give me a second to get over there. So, welcome to the good old post-World War II aviation. So, you know, like the jets, you got a Boeing 707 over here. Pratt & Whitney engines. I don't know if this was the house colors that they had. I don't think so. They had like the red stripe going all the way down. So my knowledge of crash course history is going to come into play here. For example, you've got this plane. All right, look familiar? Does that logo and airline name look familiar? Yes, it does, because that's Lufthansa, Germany's flag carrier. But this was the plane used for the Nazis during the 30s. This would be like the Air Force One, or the military advisors, they'd fly in this plane. But of course, they stripped it of most of its swastikas, and they replaced the flag at the time with the current flag. Yeah, you can see in the back. Unless I'm being dumb, because that flag used to be the flag of the Weimar Republic, and this plane was never part of Germany. It was part of the Weimar Republic. I'm sorry if my voice is being drowned out by this speaker. There we go, thank you. So yeah, let's move on. So to more happy stuff. So you got Pan Am, good old Pan Am, or at least Pan American Airways, with this guy, this giant plane. Very nice. You got the good old Pan Am logo. I did a crash course on Pan Am, never talked about how their fleet though. There's sort of a simplified version. And this is the Boeing 307, sorry. What else we got? We got the good old Concorde. How can you not see the Concorde? Air France Concorde. Didn't know they shipped one here. If this was even real or not. But yeah, you got your Concorde, you got the amazing engines you've got. What else can I say about this Concorde? So, if you don't know the story about the Concorde, don't worry, because I'm creating a crash course aircraft on this anyway soon, because it was recommended. So yeah, stay tuned for that. What else you got? You got those type of planes. I forgot what they're called. The ones where you can have the propellers go vertical and forward. Man, right on the tip of my tongue. I just can't remember. That's how professional I am. You got this plane. I probably can go check it out, actually. They've got, like, as you probably see, like, they have these ready. And I'm not going to talk about these planes, because, to be honest, they don't spike my interest as these other planes. Also, here's a little panoramic view of the top. Bunch of planes. Oh, look, a Learjet. There you go. Virgin Atlantic, this the plane that they put into space recently. You got the gear. What's this gear of? A330? Apparently, yeah. That's an A330 landing gear. There you go. What else we got? We got this guy. I believe this is a... I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's on the tip of my tongue. Like, I know what the word is, but I just can't remember. Here. Oh, okay. Maybe not. I thought it was something different, but apparently it's not. Anyway, moving on. So here we go. This is the famous Fedex Falcon. I will be talking about this plane in the Crash Course Airlines Fedex, which is actually the next video I'm supposed to do, upload. So yeah, there you go. I saw this picture on the website that I was retrieving information on the Fedex. And so yeah, it's nice to come see it in person a day after you make the PowerPoint about it. So yeah, there you go. What else we got? I don't think there's anything else. Got a Lockheed Constellation in the background. Good old Lockheed Constellation. Anything else? The U.S. Air Force Lockheed Constellation. Mind you, I did see in the back there were some memorabilia of like a bunch of commercial airliners. So we can go check them out, see how many I can identify. All right, so welcome to the Memorabilia Collection that they've got of all the commercial airliners. Let's see, got like the DC-6 right there, the L Electra, yeah, not the L1011. I was about to say that, but no. That guy, the 707, 307. No, I got the 707 and the 720. No, that's the 707. Got two 707s. It's DC-7 over there, DC-3, the Convair 440, DC-6 again, the Comet, good old Comet, 720 Bravo, got a bunch of 727s, Vickers, Viscount, DC-9s, bunch of DC-9s over here, the L1011 down there, the DC-8, the long version, the 707, the Fokker 28. Is that the house colors of the Fokker 28? I don't know. MD-11 and the modern jets over here. You got all the Airbus family. A380, A340, A319, A321, A310, A330, A300. A giant L1011. Got a Dash 8 100. 757. Got a 767 in the good old house colors. Not house colors, the delivery colors for United. Got another L1011 operated by Delta over there. L1011 MD-11, like a very old version. Like maybe the designer. Apparently it's a DC-10, it says, but it's got winglets, man. It's not a DC-10. Back 111 over there. 7.5. And yeah, that's the airline memorabilia. So I think that's a wrap, actually. So apparently upstairs is just viewing points, better viewing points. So yeah, I think this video is done. So yeah, it's less than I expected. But hey, it's still a very nice place if you're in Washington and you're not impressed with the aerospace aeronaut. I don't know, that one that's in DC, the Air and Space Museum, is too crowded for you or whatever. Come here. It's not that crowded. As you can see, there's not person on every square inch of the floor. They've got everything. You got Vietnam era stuff over there, not Vietnam, Korean War, 60s, that sort of thing over there. You've got World War II stuff over there, and behind it you've got like Introduction to Commercial Service. You got the Concorde and 707 over there. You got the German planes over here. You got the American planes on this side. British planes are behind it, and then you got the Japanese planes on that side. It's pretty cool that they've got the Enola Gay here. Fascinating part of history. I got a little gamer section over there. I'm not going over there. I probably will go outside now and just spot for the rest of my time here. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Rate, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next video. Have a good one.